welcome. And this is part 2, so ignore the thumbnail because I'll change it after the stream. Hiya, Melody. Hiya, those that are already here. 1 second, I'm just trying to adjust my settings at the same time. I hope I'm a bit louder. I've turned my volume a lot more up than it was previously, so hopefully it's a little bit clearer. And yeah, so from last stream I've just done some sunflowers and I'll do the rest today. And then I also need someone to fess up on something that came when I was like, ah. So let those people who are coming in join. Hi Lou, hiya Miss Amber Sky. I'm going to call you Amber Skies. Hi Shannon, welcome my lovelies. Hiya Mum. Okay, so I have a confession. I was sucked into a deep time hole today playing this. Now this is the remake of the Resident Evil 3, and they remade it and brought it out on Xbox and PlayStation 4. And I'm not a huge gamer, but there's certain games that I really like, and this was one of them from my childhood. So I've been really sucked in, and I didn't realise, and I'm near the end of the game already. It just flew by. Hey Katrina, hiya Pamela, Joanne, and oh, thank you Charlotte. Hiya Lou. Hiya Betty, hi everyone coming on in. Hi, welcome, and I hope you're having a great day. As I said, I've been in a time loop, a big time loop. My time just is gone because I was playing Resident Evil 3, and before I knew it, I'm near the end. I was like, how does that happen? Okay, anyone want to fess up for this one? I don't know who sent it, but I was over the moon. I'm laughing my head off, and I did try it on, and it's Carol Baskin. And it said Carol Baskin killed her husband. I love it. Who sent this? I love it so much. It fits perfectly. Oh my gosh, it is Carol Baskin. Who sent it? I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna drive Andrew eternally. Shannon. I was thinking it might have been you. It's funny because Andrew said it, didn't you? Because Brian as well. That's Shannon. That would be my husband. Oh my gosh, Brian, I love it. Shannon's husband is just as like funky about it as me. I love saying it.
Yeah, I think we've heard just about enough of this Miss Baskin.
Carol Baskin. I love it so much. Well, anyway, I will be putting it on after the stream. I've washed it. I've washed it. It's dried. I love it. Thank you so much. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to eternally be... I love it so much. I will forever be saying it out loud now because I keep saying Carol Baskin. And Andrew's just like, all right. And I'm like, now I can just say it. I'm going to just look. Carol Baskin. So thank you so much. I love it. Okay. Melody said she hopes you're well. He's being well looked after, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Although today he has done everything because I was sitting playing computer. It was like, oh well. I got these beautiful, I'll quickly show you. So I bought this, and I have to show you because I'm so happy. All right, just sidetrack. You have to join my happiness in this. And I was like, ah! I was so happy. I bought my first little bit to plan my wedding for my future. I love it so much. So let me bring you up a little bit. Hiya Kelly, hiya Kirsty, hi everyone. Wasn't it, Louise? I love it so much. So it's got everything in here, like the dietary requirements of guests, your big day budget, so you can put your budgets at the side, table planning, step-by-step things to do, people to contact, things to order and buy. And then it has like styling and stationery inspiration. It's got venues and caterers. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to start filling it. Notes. It's got the bride-to-be now. This is all my dress stuff. I can put clip-ins in this little slidey plastic thing where I can put all my ideas in there. I've got all the company names, and oh my gosh, it's not focusing. Focus. Okay, let me see if it'll focus this time. Yeah, okay, and then it's got like more of these plastic and things. So I just love yay. Oh my gosh, I just love it so much. I'm like, yo, I can't wait. And I got some beautiful cards as well from friends, and a beautiful bunch of flowers got delivered today. I'll show you the picture because it's a bit too much to, I can bring them to the table, can't I? 1 second, let me show you. I don't know if this is going to fit, but we'll try it because why not? Okay, we all like our flowers, don't we? So I got these beautiful flowers from my friend who will be one of my bridesmaids. I've not officially given her the card yet. I'm making them up now. But these came today, and they've got some gorgeous roses, lilies. They're just beautiful. So they came today. And that was, as I said, my wedding planner. So yeah, I am super excited. I can't wait now. I'm like, okay, this is far off. Hi, Andrea. But it's gonna happen. And then, from my other bridesmaid to be, again, I'm going to give her card this week. This is what came, and I've got it up on my fireplace, and it says, all because 2 people fell in love. Congratulations on your engagement. And it's Xandra and Samantha on 22nd of April 2020. So I'm so excited. Sorry, anything that I get super excited, wedding, you're joining me on this journey. I'm just going to say it out there now because I get super duper excited about anything wedding-y. So you're going to join me. Hi, whoops, I did it again. I just think of Britney Spears. Hi, everyone coming on in. Big welcome. Happy Tuesday, and I hope that you're doing well. Okay, so we are doing colouring today. I just had to show you my wedding bits because I'm just so excited. And yeah, it's gonna be well, Andrea, you know, the flights. It would be a heck of a wedding though, wouldn't it? Thank you so much. Okay, 1 second, let's put this back and let's get some colouring on the way. Okay, I'm back. I'm like super excited, as you can tell. Everything that I see to do with weddings now, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be me. I'll be that person. Okay, so what I did do and caught up with was the sunflowers. Haven't done anything else. I think I'm gonna do her skin in pencil, and I'll do the rest in the neos. Thank you so much. Brian, I'm still laughing. I love it. I couldn't stop. When it came, I was like, oh my gosh. Right. Oh, I'm just so happy. You have to come down. I had a really crappy day yesterday, actually. You know, when you have a high, you have to go down on a low, and then you pick yourself back up again. It was one of those. All right, so I think for her clothes, because it's not mini details, I'm going to use my water brush, and I think I'm going to do the blues like she's got, to be honest. But yeah, so how are you all? What have you all been up to? You keeping yourselves occupied still? Are you getting to the stage of being fed up? Or are you actually really enjoying yourself spending time with family? Those of you that have got your family at home. Hey Monica, that's okay, you lurk away. Anyone that lurks, you know I'm absolutely fine with it. I find it just as amazing as, you know, you've taken the time to be here, so it's amazing as joining in chat. Hiya, Pickle. Hi, everyone. Hiya. Anyone I missed? Missy? Dawn? That's okay. Lurk away, honey. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to do some blues. I'm going to call out the colours because honestly, it's such a hassle to keep finding the cards for the Neos. I don't mind doing it with pencils, but I think with the Neos, it's just easier if you're okay with that. So we have Prussian blue. Hey, Connie. Hiya, Becky. Sorry, you just missed my over my wedding planner. But I'm sure you'll hear more and more as the months go on because I've only just got engaged, so we're going to have lots of it. Okay, so then we've got light cobalt blue. Yeah, light cobalt blue hue. And I think, do I want to put in a darker blue? Maybe indigo. We'll get indigo on the go. Indigo blue. Oh, good question. Becky, I know. Well, I was just showing. You can watch it back at the beginning, but it's just I got my first planning session thing that I can sit now and look at on the computer and put all my ideas in there. So I'm super excited. Hiya, Heather. Welcome, everyone. A big, huge welcome. Okay, so I'm going to put some mixing on a board now. I'm going to put a tiny bit of each colour, but I think I'll go for the Prussian the most, or the indigo. So this is indigo blue. It's quite dark. I'll put a little bit to start with. I'm not going to put tons down. This is one that I use the most, especially in skies, but I like this to tone down the blues a little bit. And this one is Prussian, and that is a gorgeous colour that I shall mix if needed. But I've got a water brush for the moment because it's not small details just on there. As you can see, it is the smallest one, and I have some paper tissue. We will be using the detailing brushes on the details. I know, it's so exciting. I don't know. I think because I've always dreamed about it, and I think because everyone else has always done it, and I've always been the one on the sides, like helping everyone else because I've been excited about their day, I finally get to be the person on the receiving end of it, which is so much like, it's a personal experience to everyone, isn't it? Okay, so I'll bring you down. There we go. Okay, so I think I'm going to go for the Prussian to start with. And there's not actually a lot of water on my brush. You need your paper towel. And I'm just going to start by bringing in some pigment. There's probably a bit too much on that, but it's fine. We just roll with it. And that's a good thing. You can kind of just go bit by bit. I just fancied something watercolory and simple, and something we can layer up. And yeah, Forest Girl was actually top in my sort of list of things that I wanted to do soon, just because I haven't done one from this for a long time. I love watercolouring it and just having a fun time with it. And the good thing as well with these is that you can generally put some nice detailing in, and it just really sets it off. Okay, so I'm going to put some deeper blue coming up and then fade it out, and we'll mix in some others as we go. Yes, finally when I get to celebrate. The only downside is that with any big event in anyone's lives, you want to celebrate and you want to have like not so much a party, but just to get together with people. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of that light cobalt blue. As I was saying, and I've always been the one, I organised a little sort of get together and party with a small group of friends when my other friend got engaged. And, you know, because I knew I was going to be bridesmaid, and it was part of my duty to kind of make sure she had a great time. I can't do that. That's the only downside. Okay, back to Prussian. But there's no saying that you can't do it when this is all over. And that goes with saying with your birthdays, if you're usually one, I'm going to get some light cobalt blue. If you're usually somebody that celebrates, you know, your birthday, etc., etc., you could just do a big get together with everyone after. Mum's watching. She's talking about there's a program called Manifest, and we've got to wait now for the next season. So she's been groped into that, and she's just finished it, and it's obviously left her on a cliffhanger. So just getting some Prussian blue, getting some light cobalt blue. I'm just mixing on, wiping off a little bit. We'll bring indigo in our deeper shades, but see what I mean? It's just nice and easy to mix. That's right, Pickle. That is right, honey. The thing is, I think we're all missing someone, aren't we? And even if we live with someone we love, or our parents, or whoever we live with, it's always going to be hard if you're used to seeing others, and all of a sudden that's taken away. But think of how amazing it's going to be when you finally do get to say hi and a big hug. And that day will come. That day will come. You're not going to be, this can't last forever. It can last a while, it can't last forever. Light cobalt blue hue. But yes, quite a few of you, I know quite a few of you are doing the Mandy Manzano diamond paintings, and woohoo, the Mandy Manzano Club, I'm going to call you. And I love your diamond paintings. Oh my gosh. And I'm not sure if any of you were waiting on it, but Melody told me about it yesterday, and it did come up in my inbox. I just didn't check it properly. And then I showed Mum. If you were waiting on the Snow White Fairest of Them All, that is available to pre-order. It is stunning. I'm waiting on couple, and I don't because the shipping is quite a bit. I know those of you in the US, you do get free shipping after, I think, over a certain amount. $50, is it? That's not the case if you're overseas. You do have to pay shipping, and rather paying it twice, I was waiting to see if those other two come in stock, but it looks like I'm waiting forever. So yeah, but that is back in stock if you were waiting on it. But as I said, if you are in the US, I know you get free shipping. Prussian blue. Okay, so I'm just gonna drag up some pigment and then let it fade in a little bit. Yeah, it will. Okay, we've also got the mermaid this weekend. I will be streaming on Saturday, my usual time. I'm going to be doing Samantha Jean. So this one. But I'm going to be doing a mermaid towel, because I've only got 2 hours. Oops. This one. I've only got 2 hours, so I'm going to focus on making this all lovely. I'm going to do and focus on the mermaid towel, and that will be my stream. It'll be a mermaid towel stream with this Samantha Jean illustrations. Oh, I know. That can happen, and they do put it on their website that if you might have customs. It depends on how they feel customs. They can let stuff through, and other things they don't. Thank you. Hello, Rochelle. But yeah, I thought it would be a nice thing to focus on something that we all will be using a lot of over the mermaid pictures, which will be mermaid towels. Mermaid towels will be the pinnacle of every picture. So I thought, let's do I'm going to practice beforehand, obviously, to get it right. But I'm going to focus on a nice shiny or a koi carp towel, one or the other. I will do both and see which one I prefer the outcome of. So we'll work along with it. Hiya, Sue. Hi, Della. Good afternoon. Well, good morning for you guys. Okay, so we're just slowly doing her dress. So she's got this sort of denim-y colour. Okay, so this is the indigo at the very top. I'm going to turn it round, and I'm going to come for some indigo because it is a deep dark colour, and this is where I'm going to bring in some shading and kind of just plant that in on some of these sections. So there's quite a bit on the underneaths of the sleeves. You can layer these up, and I haven't squeezed any into the barrel. Yes, it has to have sparkle at the end. Hello, Barbara. Yes, it is. So I'm going to do 2. So I'm going to sit here when I can get away. I'm actually finishing the Resident Evil 3, so I will get away from it. And I have been working on my diamond painting. And I have also been working on my Floribunda. So I've been trying to do bits of everything to keep my mind occupied and, you know, keep time from not being so groundhoggish. And I said to Andrew, I'll have to get back into routines of stuff because it just all feels very bizarre at the moment. And I find it very difficult to get into a routine of anything. Hey Elaine, hi everyone. Oh, bless your hearts for being here. Okay, so this is part 2. If those of you that hadn't watched part 1, that is absolutely fine. You don't have to. It's only if you wanted to join along, obviously, then by all means. But this is part 2, so I haven't done this all today. I'm not whizzy. I wish I had a whiz hand. So I'm going to go along these lines of like seams. I think there's seams in her dress. And I'm just going to put those in with this indigo. And again, I'm going to do it with this part. I think her skin, well, I can start off with watercolouring it, can't I? I could base it. Okay, so she's got some of that hem here as well. There we go. So she's starting to get a bit of colour now. I'm going to bring some of that indigo into the base. And I will do some with detailing with pencils as well. So I'm going to just do little bits, and I'm going to mix in some Prussian with the edge of that coal bit there. That makes this medium nice blue. And go all over with that. Just a nice watered down blue. Good morning everyone coming on in your, bless you, there's so many of you. Welcome, hello, I hope you're doing good. I never expect anyone to turn up at the moment because I'm like, you know, people aren't in the same routine, but you all still amaze me. Okay, so Prussian. Let's put a little bit more in her lap. Now, she has on her original one got little sunflowers in the girl's dress. And I kind of want to put some pattern. So I'll leave that for the pencils, otherwise I'll mess it up. Okay, let's put a little bit more Prussian in that part as well. Tiny bit more. You could just water it out by gradually letting your colour sort of fade out. Don't forget, this is just all watercolour so far. Okay, with her little sandal shoes, let's go for the brown. Let's go for that brown. Oh, thank you. Okay, this one is the Toledo brown, which is one of my favourites in the Neos, but mine has got a split, as you can see. But that's okay. I have to hold mine at the top. It looks bizarre how I'm holding it, so it doesn't fall apart. And I'm going to put like a mustardy colour, so that will be, what one's that one? Bear with me guys, so sorry, I'm leaning on the camera. Let's bring this down. Okay, I'm going to go for, I think that's ochre. Yeah, I'm going to go for ochre. So ochre and Toledo brown. Let's go for her little sandals. Okay, so we're going to go for some gorgeous brown first on the bigger parts. So just gradually build up. So we'll layer on in a second. Let's just put this in. Now we have got some grass going over her shoe. So let's put some in that small area as well. And then we'll build up some colour. So just very gradual. Welcome back. I'm using Neo 2s, honey. Neo 2s. Yeah. So the Toledo and the ochre. And then the ochre's here whilst that's drying, and we'll put that into this little bit here. And we might add a little bit of brown in there, but not much. So it's on the edge there. Okay. So if I want to add a little bit more colour into that, I can put some of the brown, just a touch, just to kind of shade it in a little bit. And then with that brown, I'm going to add a little bit of black on the edge, just literally on the edge. So can you see that? And all I'm going to do is drag some of that black into the edge of the brown. So when I mix, I'm just mixing a touch. You could do Payne's grey, you can do black, and all that's going to do is give me a nice deep brown, like just like a shadowed. It's just really nice and deep. So just kind of place that where I need it to be, and then go to the lighter tone. So let's mix that at the edge. And that's the good thing with these, you can mix them on the board. So just nice there, can you see that? And let's just add that to the edge there. Again, let's come here, more of the Toledo, mix in with the ochre. Just add a little bit, come in gradually down. And you see you've created just like a little graduation. Hiya, Tonya. Hi, Helly. I didn't see you there coming in. Sorry, I was head down. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay. Let's put a touch in there as well. And just like that, we've got cutie little sandals. So we will do some detailing with the pencils. Okay, let's stick with that colour that I've just created there at the top with the black and the Toledo brown. And just very gradually, let's put a tiny bit into her hair and drag some pigment up. And again, don't worry too much, because I will be doing pencil detailing. Just not too much, you don't need to do too much. And I'm just going to place some of that brown and gradually put some in. So again, at the top, and I'll just give us a bit of a base. Oh, I never think I'm that. I know before I get a virtual smack from a few. I know who would give me a whack virtually. I never class myself as good. I just class myself as just having fun. And yeah, it's just something. I always used to sketch in my little books, and I always wanted to do art, but I never got into the curriculum quick enough on the part where you have to put, you know, what you want to do in your GCSE years. I missed it. So I was on holiday, I think. Mum, that's your fault. I ended up with 2 subjects that I would never have done in my life, but there you go. But I never really picked it up until I needed a de-stress from work. And Andrew would tell you, I used to sketch like cartoon characters, or he used to ask me to do these little skull things in an old sketchbook, and I used to pick up things like that, but anything serious. And it's weird because I picked up my first colouring book, and I think quite a few of you can relate, just out of curiosity. You know, I'd never thought about it, but I thought, oh my gosh, this is a thing, you know, didn't realise that it would be a thing. And I just picked it up one day and I started with felt tips and I felt just pure joy, and my time just flew because I was just absorbed into something, and at the end of it I liked the result. But I took it seriously, I suppose. I'm going to say seriously. I don't take myself seriously, but it is something that I do enjoy and I do want to learn more of. As I got worse with my back, and it just gave me a distraction. I used to stay on the floor at night because I couldn't sit for so long. It took a lot of physiotherapy for this. And I don't know, just got absorbed. And I think that's where it all started. Okay, let's put a few more bits in now. I want to bring like a golden from the ochre into her hair as well, just into the highlights. And again, this is just going to be a base for that pencil, and that's the good thing with this. I can just base her hair, and I'll put a little bit of the ochre into the highlights. But what about you guys? I know some of you have said, you know, it's helped you with, you know, mental health, or it's helped you de-stress from work. But have you always, prior to colouring, did you have any arty, crafty sort of projects that you used to do? I used to do letters, homemade letters for a little while with acrylic paints, for the hedgehog community and for people's homes and people's children's rooms, and that was after work, etc. Okay, so I've just got a base on her hair of colours where I know I'm going to go dark and light. Right, her dress is okay until I put my pencils. I'm just looking, sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Okay, let's mix in some flesh. It needs to be a bit deeper. So I need like a brown of some kind. Let's try, I need an ochre. Hi Kenny! Hi Joy! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Okay, I need a different colour. Maybe that one. I've got some flesh. Let me just mix in, see if that works, and I'll tell you which ones they are. Okay. This is just a base, by the way. Raw sienna. So flesh and raw sienna this is. So I'm just going to mix in a little bit into there. It gives a bit of a deeper tone. And I'm just going to bring in a touch of that into her skin. I'm going to wipe off and drag. Again, wipe off, drag. And I just need some more of the flesh tone so it's light. And I will shade with pencils. Let's just give her a base. I'll give her some shadow at the top. And let's go for some flesh again. So don't worry about shading at the moment. As I said in the beginning of this stream, I think I'll do pencils on her skin. So let's just get a little base going. It's a lot easier. It gives me something to work off of. Okay. Hi Eliza, you crochet cross stitch, nice. You do cards and I can never say that word. Decoupage, is that how you say it? And silk painting. What's silk painting? That sounds interesting. I love learning about stuff. What's silk painting? I've heard of diamond painting. Hiya Tanya. Hello my lovely, how are you? Okay, so I need to put a little bit of water on here because I haven't actually got enough. Okay, so let's drag some pigment down. And let's get some on this skin of hers so that we can get our pencils out shortly. I'll do the green a bit more, and I'll do, once I've done the pencil details, it's the background. There's their little feet. It's the background and this grass down here. So we've got a lot of grass, and I know you all laugh at me. Foliage, is that how, I can never say that word. Shh. Okay, so she's got some on her. Now it gives her a bit of a base. There we go. Okay, so she's got too much at the top. Right, how to lift any watercolour is get your brush, have it clean, and just lift with your wet brush that's got no pigment on it. Literally lift it. Oh, you did cross stitching, Lou? No, I think a lot of us, it's more that. Okay, let's get some greens. So we remember, if there's anything for me, pop it in caps because I don't see it and I don't want to look like I'm ignoring you. Okay. Okay, 1 second. You have a frame, stick the silk to it and paint on it. You have to fix the paint by steaming. Oh, I have to look that up. That sounds interesting. I've honestly never heard of it. Pickle, list them. Share the joy. Okay, so I've put on there, I'm just telling you the colours, chromium oxide green and light olive at the moment. So light olive and chromium oxide green. So those two at the side. Now, I'm going to take some of that green raw on its own for a minute. And I'm just going to put in a few bits at the bottom. As I said, this is just a base for now, because I can work off it with pencils. And I'm just going to mix some for a second on the edge. And that's a good thing, just pop it on the edge so you've still got the two raw colours at the end, but you've got some mixture. And anything that you want to just coat, then you can. And you can just put some lovely detail on there after. It actually comes in pretty handy, also with that sponge technique, that, you know, with a bit more colour obviously than what I was showing. I was just trying to show you a technique that I was also taught, because it works with the sponge. There we go. Okay, so it's just putting in some extra. Do you know what? You can actually mix some of that green into that brown and get an even, like a dark mossy colour that's perfect. So you can, look, totally works. Totally works. So you can also mix that. You can use your colours that you've got on your palette, and we're going to get our Prismas, I think, because they're at hand. And then let's do a nice wash on that bit. Let's mix a bit more green in there. There we go. So we got something. Okay. And then we'll get our pencils and put all the details. Let's get a bit more of that chromium. Let's just put tiny more. And then the light olive. And then I'll look in chat. Let's just make sure that we've got some coated. Okay, there we go. Right, lovely. Now, let me get, before we do the background, because we've got to do that with that. If we look opposite, we've got like a coffee colour, but I'll do that last. Let's get our details on. So it gives you a nice start, and you actually don't have to do masses now because the bulk of it's done for you, and any extra details we can always put them in. Okay, so let's get our pencils. And let's just move our stuff out of the way so that we've got some space. Okay, let me just catch up in chat. Pickle, you've done jewellery making, card making, knitting. Oh, you learn how to knit. I've always wanted to do that. Fairy doors, making quote pictures, drawing, and many more. That is what you call a creative mind. A very creative mind. Is it Shannon? I'm sure it's you that doesn't like this. I've got the pencils in here. This is my first set and my odds and sods of my Prismas, and I just put them in there because I use them the most. And I'm sure it's Shannon. Thank you, Kenny. We're going to get there with our details now. And then I've also got my most used and my small ones, etc. in there. And then my others in here. So this is my Prismas. Everything else is in different cases. So, 1 second, let's move that as well. Oh, nice. I can't make anything. Oh no, Kenny. Okay. Let's get our... Right, this one is Nectar, and we're using Prismacolors. So I'm going to pull you down a little, and we're going to start off with some Nectar. I've got to move this. The rest of this is drying at the moment. So she's got a little bit of a... This is dry, so you don't have to worry. If you need to dry it, get your hairdryer on it. If you haven't got a heat gun, that's absolutely fine. It works one way or the other. And I'm just going to build up a little bit of colour. She has already this sort of yellowish complexion. This is going to give it a bit more of a peach. And the shadows are going to be more this side because she's facing the sunlight. So I'm not going to do too much on this. I think it's pretty much done and doesn't need heck of a lot because it's supposed to be just like a loose fill rather than all controlled. Where's my light peach gone? This is seashell pink. Will that work? Yep, seashell pink. Prismacolor. That will work fine. We'll put the details in a moment. This is actually the complexion that she's got originally. So she needs a little rosy cheek. So we're going to give her with hot pink. And we're just going to give her a little rosy cheek. And I'm just going ever so lightly. Not to give her too much of one. Just a touch. I'm quite happy with a loose fill on her. Okay, so I'm going to come down to this part of the arm with a seashell pink before we blend in and get a lighter colour to blend that. I did get some green on the arm, but that's okay. So I'm going to get my Nectar. I'm just going to put in a little bit of detail on the outer edge here, or the inside edge. The outer edge is not going to be as shaded. And the same with her legs. It's mostly going to be this Nectar on that part. And this part. Okay, so just a tiny amount into there. If you can hear any noise in the background, Andrew's got his headphones in. I said to him put headphones in the TV so that he can still watch stuff, but you know, you guys can't hear it. So bless him, he's sitting there with these extended things. Okay, seashell pink. Let me just put some in. We need to find our light peach. Miss Mary Berry, colouring, model building, jigsaw puzzles, dolls, storytelling, embroidery, holiday greeting cards, clay decorations, knitting, crochet, mixed media work, graphic design, theatre performance. Wow, that will keep you busy for an eternity. You must never be bored. And I said this, you know, a lot of people are having to rediscover hobbies because quite a few people didn't have an indoor hobby. And I know I've asked people this, you know, how's your husband's holding up? Because usually hubbies they don't really have the indoor hobbies. They're usually sort of outdoor, or they do stuff with the cars, or you know, etc., or have an outdoor sort of hobby that they like to do, football, gym, you know, list goes on. It's usually us ladies that are more indoor hobby sort of people. And I'm going on to Nectar again, and usually they're the ones that are finding it a little bit more difficult, but he's okay at the moment. I'm surprised at him, actually. I thought he'd be climbing the walls by now, because he hasn't really got an indoor hobby apart from piano, and he doesn't want to do that constantly. Seashell pink, I'll get the peaches out soon. But he's all right, you know. I was really surprised, and I was saying hobbies, usually I think they would find it a little bit more difficult, but I think at the moment people are just in disbelief more, and they probably haven't had time to register the boredom as much, but they will get there. Okay, let me put in some peach, if I can find a peach. There we go. Is that one? Yes, that's one. Okay, so light peach into this face. We've got to put the black sort of fine detail. Let's put a little bit more into her skin there. Can anyone suggest a good suspenseful book with a good twist? Have you read any of B.A. Paris books? Because they generally are really good. Mark Edwards, he's another thriller writer that always ends you on a sort of cliffhanger. And John Mars, The One, have you read that? His other one, The Passengers, that was really good as well. There are two that I can think of at the top of my head. But anyone else got suggestions? Fire away. Okay, so I need a little bit more of a red. So I'm going to get poppy red. And I'm just going to put it into her skin, so it shows up like a red cheek, and I will blend that out a little bit. So let me get my light peach and blend that red out a tad, so it just goes in nicely. There we go. She's got a little rosy cheek, even though it should go up to my nose like that. Okay, next up, let's get a black that is very sharp to put the details in on her face. If I can find one. That's indigo, we'll need that. We'll need that as well. Okay, I found one. So with her little features, we need to sharpen this. And those little eyelashes, so with any black pencil, just reapply those eyelashes and that little eyebrow just back in, and a little smile, just to make sure it stands out a bit. So she's got these long lashes like that. Okay, same, I'm going to get the black and I'm just going to put a little shadow by the legs there, and his ear, whilst we got it, I'm going to make sure that that stands out, and his little nose, because he's just a cutie pie. There we go, and his little nose. He's got his little eye, and we will do the details on these two chaps in a minute. I quite like the watercolory look on her dress. I don't think I'm going to change too much of that, but what I will do is put a tiny bit of detail in and put some sort of design on there. So we're going to come down to her dress saying that, and we're going to get blue slate. Hey Kathy, which is 1024, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit of that to coat it, but I like the watercolored look. So I don't actually want to do too much detail to her dress because I really do like that look that it gives when it looks like it's been done with watercolor. It gives a nice impression on the clothes. And I'm just going to do a little bit into there as well. And a little bit into these areas here and into there. So just not too much. Then with my indigo, I'm just going to put a tiny, like her, you know, she's got like a crease in a few places. So I'm just going to make sure that they stand out a little bit. I'm just going to reapply some of that there to make it look like a separation of the sleeve, and it's a bit dark at that end. Okay, and the same with just a line going across there. And then I think I'm just going to do like a stripe. So I'm going to come with my indigo and just apply in 2 stripes. So it looks like she's got some stripes in her dress. So I'm going to do the same coming along here. So again, with my indigo blue, I'm just applying some details in. So double stripe on both. And you've got to do the same coming round this side, so it won't be too rigid. And I'm going to do another one at the bottom there. So just some extra stripes on there. See, on this one, she's done like little sunflowers, which I should have done beforehand, but I didn't. So I can just do some little pattern. Kind of like a teardrop, but in an opposite way. And again, just with my indigo, I'm not changing anything. Hello, Anne. Hello everyone coming on in. I'm so sorry if I did miss anyone. I hope you're good. Hope you're well. And I hope that you are all safe. Okay, so we're just putting some extra details in. And then on those little bands in her hair, I'm just going to put a solid colour of indigo because we'll come back to her hair after. Let's do our little chappios here. Okay, so I'm going to get some burnt ochre, which is PC943. I don't want to do too much into them because they have got the colour that I was sort of looking and aiming for. He needs to have a little bit of mineral orange, I think. But it's just to add a tiny bit more detail and a tiny bit more shading into some areas. So just a touch. He's got a little bit on the top of his head and on this scarf section. Now we just need to put some red in his little cheek because he's so cute. Hiya, Mandy. Okay, so just putting a little bit in there. And his foot is going to be a bit darker, so let's give it a bit more. And see, silly little details can make a difference. All right, let's get our red in on the action. I've got Scarlet Lake, which is 93. And I'm just going to make sure his little cheek is standing out. So just a light application, just build on it a little bit so it's got a little rosy cheek. Anyone I've missed, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. I do miss people with my head's down. I'm so sorry, I'm not being rude, I promise. Okay, so I'm just putting some Scarlet Lake in on both their little cheeks. With that burnt ochre, we've got her sandals where we did the ochre. We can just add a touch on the ochred parts. On the darker parts, I'm just going to need a darker brown. So let me find that. I find sepia. Sepia is a good one. So just with sepia, I'm going to apply a little bit of shading in until we come here. And the same there until we go there. So just a little touch. Okay, this rock here with that sepia, so sepia is 948. Oh, thank you. as I said, I like these to look like, you know, watercoloured wish-washy. We've got to do all the underneath. We'll build on that after, because we're going to need our heat gun. Otherwise it's going to crinkle and buckle and be mad at me. So I'm going to have to get that heat gun out. So I'm just putting a tiny bit of shading on this rock and also on this part here. Okay, quickly, while I've got sepia, just to make sure that our sunflower middles are the colour that we need it, we're going to put some sepia into the very middles of this, just to make sure that we've got one side shaded and one side a little bit lighter. So just into one side, I'm just making sure that that's applied. And have a sip of tea and look in chat. Okay, hold on, let's come up. So as I said, this is one side to the other. Have you been doing any shopping, anyone? Has anyone bought themselves anything? Share the joy. I'm going to just take a 2-minute tea break. I've got my tea here that I want to finish, but I can also read some chat and chat. Have you been buying yourselves anything? If you have, what have you bought? As I said, if you weren't already with me the other stream, I did buy some diamond paintings. I'll show you which ones. They're not here yet, but they will be. Let me show you, because yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to start the Aladdin one. Sure. Oh, also, what was the other thing I wanted to show you? Oh, right. Just quickly, I tried it on so you can see. There you go. If that's it on me, it fits. So we're going around saying Carol Baskin. So Brian, it fits. Oh, if anyone wanted to see my chip. Look at him. This is how I have him most days. Oh, scented candles, diamond paintings and flavoured coffee. That just sounds perfect. Oh, have I got my list here of what I bought? This one. I'm waiting on that one to come back in stock. So if anyone ever sees this one come back in stock, please tell me. As this one. They're the two that I'm waiting on. I can't wait. Ugh. Every time I look at that, I get happy. I'm like, yay, he did it. Okay, where is those diamond paintings that I purchased? Look, they're trying to hide from me, so I can't show you. Oh, where are they gone? There we go. Okay, so this is what I've bought. I bought the unicorn pen, Into Wonderland. I don't know if you can see that one. It's in the corner. Found Love in a Frosty Place, The Ice Princess, and The Brave One. Oh, nice, Mary. You ordered Pablo's. And this has just come back in stock, and I'm sitting here contemplating it so much. I'm like, do I, don't I? What's going to happen? So this is someone, I've recorded it to show Mum. Let me show you. This is someone's review, finished picture of it. And it's up for pre-order now, by the way, if anyone wanted to know. Look at this one. So this is someone's finished. Look at this. This is called Fairest of Them All. Just look at that. Isn't that a masterpiece? That's gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? And I was like, Mum, what do I do? She's like, don't ask me. I don't like them. I'm like, you're no help. And then this Mr. yesterday, I'm just showing you a quick 2 minutes and then we'll get back to it. He's just something else. Look at him. I said, hello, what are you up to? And he went, huh? Yes, Lou. Oh, we're terrible. How terrible are we? I really, 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 really am contemplating that one. But I have to be realistic here also. But yeah, I did. And then this is Mr. yesterday saying, hi, Mum. He was smothering me. I was like, Oh, you finished that one, Pamela. Nice. Yeah, Mum said, don't ask me. I don't like them. I was like, oh, Mum. But you asked her about colouring book? Yep. Seriously, that was Mum's answer. Chat. Yeah, it's lovely. I don't like them. She likes them, but she doesn't think she'll enjoy them. That's what it is. Okay, let's go for some orange. So we need some mineral orange, and it is 1033. Oh, Kenny. I think Andrew begged to differ sometimes, bless him, but he put a ring on it, so I mustn't be that bad. Oh gosh, I say that to him now. So you're still hubby, not hubby, but you did put a ring on it finally. Oh, what? So bad? What do you mean so bad? Don't be disheartened. No one's bad. Bad as in like it's hurting you, or bad you felt that your result wasn't good, because that's not true. It really isn't. Please don't ever feel that. It's there to bring you enjoyment. Okay, this is 1033. Oh, Lou, I haven't done that to mine yet. No, she's a no-no. I don't know. She thinks that she wouldn't have the patience for him, but yet she's got a ton of patience with colouring. So, yeah, I don't know. But they are very addictive, especially when it comes out so beautiful. And I think because it is a mindless thing of stick, it's that feeling of mindlessness. It's just, I don't know, I love it. It looks so bad. I was trying to shade pink colour. No, don't think that. Please don't think that. Seriously, if you've only just started colouring and you're putting stuff to paper, as long as you're enjoying it, please don't compare your results to anyone. You get better as time goes on if that's what you're heading for. But why did you pick it up in the first place is what I'll ask you. Is it because you needed something to help, to stress relieve? That is what you need to focus on. And if it does that, I could have the biggest mess on my paper. Doesn't matter. Don't worry. Please just enjoy yourself. And as time goes on, we pick up more things. We invest in more. We do more, and we end up enjoying that as well. Okay, light umber. It doesn't want to focus. There we go. 941. And it just gets different with time. Our results get different. Our belief in ourselves gets different. Everything grows. If you're only just colouring, please don't feel that like that. I mean, heck, some of my pages in the beginning were, woohoo! It doesn't matter. I enjoyed every moment of it. I really did. So, keep going and enjoy it. Yeah, it's no right or wrong. You've just got to enjoy yourself. Seriously, I say that all the time. If you want to learn stuff, by all means, go ahead. But it's not what's important. What is important is that you enjoy what you're doing and it brings you a moment of peace. Okay, I'm going to go for Tuscan Red, which is 937. And I say that all the time, Don't forget, when people watch the channel, they're like, I don't quite grasp that. And I say, 5 years I've been, trying, and I still have so much to learn. But I enjoy it. So even if that learning takes me another 5 years, I am in for the long haul. No, you're not being depressing. I'm glad you brought it up because I hear it a lot. Just as long as you enjoy it, it doesn't matter in the beginning. It really doesn't. I mean, some of my pages I didn't even upload in the beginning. They were that bad, but I blooming enjoyed them. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm so glad that you picked something up because that's a heavy time. I'm sorry for your loss and your family's loss, genuinely. But I'm glad that you found something to throw yourself into. that's a positive step. And as along with that, because of how you're feeling might be how you get quite down on yourself, and you don't have to. If it gives you like, I don't know, an hour of not thinking about that grief, then it's done its job. 100%. Okay, let's go for some of those greens. And then we'll do a hair, and then we'll do the background and the grass and put the final details on that. So let's get our mineral orange and our yellow jasmine. We'll go for jasmine. Okay, so on these sunflowers, in the very middle, so I'm going to come down to this one first. I'm just going to put a touch of that mineral orange. It matches that orange russet colour that we put in. We're just enhancing that. Hi, Amanda. I think as well, because this community is so amazing, and this is where you can also find a lot of support, because a lot of people have either been through or going through, or can offer a lot of friendly advice without them even knowing that they're doing it half the time. I see people constantly pulled together in the streams and offer so much support to people, and it's heartwarming. So, you know, it's also a place that's not just as well as colouring. I've always said this, my live streams are very much here for community and for people to come and hang out. And I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's absolutely fine. But if it is, it can offer something. And if it offers that for you, then, you know, I'm glad that you're here. So, you know, you can always find, even if it takes your mind off things and you're talking about silly stuff, or you're talking about other things that, you know, is completely unrelated, the streams can offer so much. Okay, I'm going for jasmine, and I'm just going to pop in on the ends just to enhance that last bit of colour. And same with this. And these are actually done pretty well with the Neo, so I don't feel that I have to do that with those. Maybe with some jasmine, but that's about it. They've got enough orange on them, I think. So I'm just going to apply some jasmine in just to make sure that's all filled and not white. Okay, let's do that on those, and we'll get some greens and do all of that. Now these, I don't know what they were. So it's a mineral orange into the middle. I'm bringing it out a little bit. Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad that just something of help. Hiya, Tara. Sorry I didn't see you earlier. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Okay, let's grab a couple of greens. Maybe a Kelly. I like the Kelly green. I like chartreuse. I don't use it a lot, but I do like it. I don't use it a lot, but I like it. I don't really want celadon. I like... Where is my other greens gone? Hello. Okay, that's fine. Let's find our... Hey, there you are. You are hiding from me. Okay, I found him. Okay, so I've got Kelly green, dark green, and chartreuse is just for highlights. But first off, let's go in with some dark green. And I'm just going to make sure that the stems of this is a little bit deeper, and straight away you can see it is. It just does the job. So let's go for a tiny bit of that dark green coming up and into these. So it's just to enhance what we've already done with watercolours. Watercolours has actually done the majority. And now you're just sort of enhancing anything that you've put down, adding some finishing details into some parts, not all. So let's put them into here as well. with me? Is Brian home with you, Shannon? Oops. Okay, there we go. Okay, so dark green is 908. What?
The t-shirt.
It's Carol Baskin.
If you're so obsessed with Carol Baskin, let's get married at her sanctuary.
Oh, no thank you. No thank you. No, I might get killed and put to the tigers. Or she might do that to you, and then who would I end up with? Yeah, he's in prison. I can't do him. I am not part of his team. He doesn't like me. He might like you, though. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but you can show him. There you go. You can show him that I'm wearing it. It's Carol Baskin. I don't know if you can see that. I'll stick it on. It's a t-shirt. It's nice and cool. I don't realise what I say sometimes, honestly. Oh, dearie me. Okay. So I've put some dark green into that one. Let's put it into here as well. And let's get our Kelly green and put some into here now. This is more of a moss, so I don't want to put too much. Just put a tiny bit into these leaves. Okay. Let's put some into these big sort of, I don't know what they're like. They're like a rubber leaf, aren't they? Let's put into these. And then yeah, I agree with Lou. Yeah, I get more inspired. That's the thing. I think in the beginning it's probably overwhelming because people have been doing it for quite a long time, and they're, you know, everyone's skill levels in terms of what they've picked up is different. But it's not to say that skill level of any kind is bad at all, and we need to remember that. Some people are just, they've got some sort of art background. Some people have been doing stuff for years just not to do with colouring, and they've just picked it up a lot quicker. So it's just to remember that everybody is completely different and it all goes through different stages. No, I didn't mean anything like that. You know me by now. Okay, let's put some dark green into these little sections. And then, you know, this huge leaf that we've got, I'm just going to shade with the dark green on the underneath of these little pet friends. And enhance that colour a little bit. So the chartreuse, you can put a tiny amount just to add a bit of a highlight in, and we can also do that with white, but it's quite yellowed. So yeah, it's just something nice and simple. Right, let's get a tiny bit of grey. Is that the right grey I'm looking for? Let's go for 30% warm grey, and let's add a tiny amount into here. and mix into those browns. It just kind of blends that little section in. Same with this one. Yes, go ahead and do it, Connie. It's just so freeing to do this kind of thing. And then we can play, I like to just play with the watercolour as well because it's just freeing. And then what I'll do with these little bits here is get the white Posca, but that's at the very end. And that's just to add little details in, which we'll do. But we'll have to add details into the base anyway. So then we've got to get our greens, our board, and do the sky, which is going to be a coffee colour. Okay, so that's kind of shaded. Right, let's pull us out a second. And I'm just going to do my be right back from the screen. So let's do that side. And I'm literally going to get some water and get my board that's clean. So I'll be 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to quickly get a few bits so that I'm prepared. So before I do the board, sorry, I completely forgot her hair. So we'll do her hair and then we will do the background and the grass. So let me just pull this over. Let's pull. Okay, there we go. Right, so I've just pulled a couple of browns and we're going to start off on it. I'm just going to do a bit on her hair. It's sort of watercoloured anyway, so we've got a little bit. Light Umber 941, and it's just to make sure that her hair has enough shading. And you can leave some highlights by leaving some lighter areas, so you'll see in your watercolour sections where you want it to be lightest. So just make sure that you keep them. And like I do with all my hair, I just kind of do little lines and build it up each time. Just makes a little bit more. It's a good motto. When in doubt, black it out. Because if we have backgrounds that go disastrous, black paint always saves the day. And it really does. Or it can really make a picture pop. So if you've done a portrait, sometimes that black background just makes it pop off the page. So it's a great motto. Okay, let's put some more of that gorgeous, it's light umber in. And she's got quite wavy hair, so I'm going to try and keep with the waves. And same there. So we'll bring some up. Okay, so we're going to go darker. And this is your sort of lighter colour. And we're going to go for dark umber. So we had light umber, now we've got dark umber. 947. Yeah, and you can throw a bucket of stars, that's right. And have it like a galaxy. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with black backgrounds actually. They pretty much work on most things. On if you wanted to do a night sky, if you wanted to do a portrait. I mean, it's saved me a couple of times where I've messed up things and I thought, oh dear, I've done all that work and now I've messed it up. This is why I don't like backgrounds. What am I going to do? Oh, just get the black acrylic paint out. It just works every time. And it really does. It really does. And quite a few people like to use them anyway. It's like their signature thing. Maria Payne uses black backgrounds quite frequently. Dee Dee uses black backgrounds quite frequently as well. Because she does a lot of the nebulas and stars and space and, you know, all of that. Hiya, Jammy. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to pull some down in here as well. So just building up a little bit. A little at a time. There we go. And then also you can pull in just a few little extra hairs so you can have little squiggles. So she has waves, but you can pull in some like extra additional because she's got like these little curls. So you can just add like little ones coming onto her face. It usually works, just, you know, you could do a few extra outwards as well. And then just add a few more details. And just like that, it's worked. It's just worked. Okay, let's bring the greens and do this bottom area here. Now, I'm going to clamp the side where I won't have the green. And have a little bit of paper underneath this. Now, this is smaller than an A4 or letter size. So you can just fold it down for this one. So that was my little splodge, so I used that one. So you can fold it down. And let's just put that like that. So it's just, you can see it's protecting that little bit there. Now we have to go a little bit darker. So we're going to need dark greens and we're going to need it mixed in probably with some browns. So I'm going to go for some dark green. And I'm going to put some Toledo brown. I have to hold this one funny, remember, because it's split. And that's just if I need to add some green in. And I want a nice deep mossy colour. And we'll find that. Let's find... that one could be, I suppose. No, this one. Okay. So I'm going to put the olive there as well. And we'll mix up. So I think I'm going to put light olive. And we'll mix and see which ones that I come up with. So I put a couple on the board. And I need to be quite generous with the amount I'm putting down as well. So first of all, it's getting my tone right for the base of what I want this. So I want it quite grass-like. And remember to have your brush. Now I'm going to do this with a water brush because I've got to cover quite a vast area. I'm going to go for my dark green first. And I'm going to pull in some olive. And that's made a really nice colour. And I'm just going to start off by splodging in. Now I need to be a bit more generous with water. Just splodging in, and don't pull too much. So this has got to dry off. So I'm just going to start to apply. It doesn't matter how patchy it looks to start with, because you're going to layer. So you just bring some more of each there. And as I said, we'll splodge and add as we go along. And I'm not going to pull my paper, because if you pull your paper you're going to rip it. So you can just dot it in to start with, because it's going to be textured grass anyway. Let's pull some more of that olive in. And then get it started. So at first it will look splodgy, and that is absolutely fine, because we will build up on it and it will be a totally different colour at the end. So I'm going to bring some of that and bring up into that area. So come back to this colour here, and I'll have to heat gun it and start to add onto it. You'll see what it looks like when it's dry, because at the minute you're just getting a glaze. Okay, let's pull some colour of each. If that's it. Right, let's heat gun this and start to build some texture. Right, let's get our heat gun. Nearly there. Now I'm going to use much less water on the next stage. That was just to get the base going. Remember as well, the first book does not like water too much, so if it does crinkle you can iron it out after. Okay, so let's bring some of these colours. So I'm going to mix in some Toledo brown with that olive. And that's going to be more, and it's got less water now, and that's going to be more of a colour that we're heading for. So I'm just going to build some texture up, wipe off and kind of blend inwards. And I haven't got half as much water, actually I've got barely any water on my brush. And you can do all details, which I probably will add some details anyway with pencil. But you have to heat gun. It can be, but some of it is a bit too much crinkle. But you have to have some, I suppose, of watercolour. And this is not watercolour paper. It's not. We've got to remember that, you know. Okay, so we're going to go for that olive and Toledo brown mix again. I'm just going to build and see what I can create. And don't scrub the paper, because if you scrub the paper it rips, because it isn't watercolour paper in this one. It is for pencils mostly, so I don't mind some crinkling. I'm absolutely fine with that, and you can iron it out when it's dry with a towel. So it's absolutely okay to crinkle your pages, just don't rip them. It can go in your favour. Okay, let's dry off. We'll do bit by bit. Hiya, Debbie. They are. I've never tried a Neo one, but they're like a crayon, so I just thought, what was the point? They are very crayon-like, aren't they? And these even, Andrew thought these were crowns. I'm just putting some more olive on my board. Andrew thought these were. He said, what, you got crayons? I was like, no. And then he's like, tells me this story every time. He says, oh, I used to know a boy in school. He used to eat crayons. I was like, all right, Andrew.
He did.
Here we go, see? He says it every time he sees crayons. He's like, this boy in school used to eat crayons. I'm like, okay. He goes back on the past every time.
It says on the box, non-toxic, so he lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to eat them. How old was he? Just getting some olive.
9.
9 and eating crowns.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Poor kid.
It was all those bright colours.
Ah, Charlotte, I'll have a look. Okay, so I'm just going to build up some more texture. This brush is a bit too wet, so I've got to be careful. And then I'll put in some pencils, I think, last. Just dab off a little bit of that. Okay. Yeah, the crown smell is gorgeous, I must admit. It is an amazing smell. However, I know kids are silly sometimes. But, yeah, I said, dearie me. Okay, so I'm just putting some more of this green in. So it is the olive at the moment. Let's build up a little bit. I think we have problems. Oh my goodness. Okay, so just getting some more olive. And then I'll build a little bit more with the other green. But this one can do a big, big favour to me here. And there's some browns. So I'm going to put some Toledo brown here. Which I would imagine will go on the underneath of the leaf. So just adding a bit of the Toledo and then bringing some more of that olive. And I'm just blotting in at the moment because grass texture is not smooth. So let's go for some texture. And it will all add up in the end. It's just very hard to do on the edges because I need to clamp it down, but I need to also have that area free for me to put my green in. So again, let's put some olive. Let's bring some more and more texture as we go along. Aww. Hopefully, bless you, Kenny. It won't be long, like much longer, you know. I hope so. Okay, let's put in some more of that olive. And I'm going to bring some of that Toledo brown just in a little bit into sections that it looks like it would have a bit more earth. So underneath this leaf for sure. So not a soaking wet brush. And then some more olive. So it's just dabbing at the moment. Right, I'm going to use a big watercolour brush for the background. So a nice big brush to like scrape along some colour. So we've got some lovely textures right now. Okay, so this side is completely dry. So we go again a little bit. Oh, thank you. I mean, at the minute, we're just building. So hopefully it will come out okay. So we just got some more olive there. Let's mix in a little bit of that. There we go. So next I'm going to just add again, but this time I'm going to try and not mix too much and just into certain areas, so that when I do my grass sections they can come right up. So let's pull in, because we can do this also and add some pencils into that. So if we get the olive, we can sort of bring up some little shards of grass, and we can do that with a deeper green, which we will do. We can make a nice deep green to bring that sort of nice feel of grassy areas coming through all of that. Okay, so let's bring some more of that colour. Let's bring some down, not to scrub the paper, enough pigment on there. And just bring enough to sort of allow that colour to come down. That's it. Okay. Let's bring a little bit more of that there. Oh. Yeah, pickle. Yeah, the delivery guy's going to be their best friend right now. No, Melody, don't tell me these things. I was going to ask you, when do the new releases come out? I'm sure I've missed this week's. No way. So they're going to be bringing 6. Thank you, Katrina. When's that? This Saturday. Oh my God. I think I need to unsubscribe. Oh, yes, I have seen it. It looks gorgeous. I'm going to wait till August. Okay, so I'm going to take some straight from the actual tip. And I'm going to make sure that my brush is quite dry. Just got a bit of water on there. Yeah, you know, I said this to Lou, didn't I, Lou? Train driver, Lou. I know you're not you're a train manager, so you like the driver to me. I'm going to call you Train Lou, because we've got a couple of Lou's in here, Winchester and Train Lou. Train Lou, I said this the other day to you, didn't I? When we were talking about it. I said, I'm unsubscribing. I can't cope. I can't cope. I just can't. I don't want to look. I can't cope. I'm unsubscribing. It's just too much, because I know that there's like a shuffle for them, because when they go on pre-order, people have to be quick with them, and people have to make a snap decision on whether they want it or not, because other people will get it and then it goes out of stock. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't have that stress. I can't. So it's like a lottery. You have to be quick. You have to be in it to win it. And I was like, no, I can't. It's too much. It's just too much. So we've got a lot of texture going on there for the moment, and it is quite watercolory. I'll put some details in with some pencil soon. It has to completely wrinkle out free. You're not a fan of it, Kenny? I think it's beautiful, but I'm willing to wait. All right, let's put some... Yeah, I'll wait till the Amazon release for the new book. I'm in no rush with it, to be fair. I've got so many other things that I've got on the go and I want to do, and I wanted to do a wedding thing. Diamond Art Club, Lisa. Diamond Art Club, hun. It's just... Oh. It is like, you know, when you go to an auction, you have to get it, you have to win it. It's like one of those things when the new releases come out, people are so quick with them. And yeah, I did as well. They messed it up for her, didn't they? So what was it? The Dutch edition of her book. I believe if you ordered the Dutch edition of Hannah's books, they formatted it in a really odd way. No, I know, Lou. It's so hard though, because we can't have them all. Yet, if you don't get it, you miss out on it, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to get a big brush. I'm just going to get a Jackson's quill. And we're going to make a coffee coloured. And I'm not going to have it drowning with water, because otherwise it's not. But I'm going to just lightly flat base a coffee colour on there and then work from there. And then, as I said, I'll put all the finishing details in the grass and stuff with pencil. You can do pencil details on that. But yeah, I mean, it takes time, and at first it looks a mess, but it does build up. And that's kind of the, if you look on that side, the grass, there is lots of detailing in there with lighter colours, and it is just like a solid sort of textured colour, and then you just add it up a little bit by bit. Okay, so I'm going to put this behind. So just to bear in mind, it's good to have this behind. You can cut one to the size of the book, because what you're going to have is an overhang. But what I'll try to do is cut it right now. So if I just cut that down, whilst you're not putting details in, it won't make a big difference. And then sort of add it to where it needs to go and fold it, so you know kind of where you need it to be. Okay, and I'm just going to place that there like that, and I'm going to clamp right on the edges, so not all the way, just on the edge for a minute, and flatten that out. And whilst you're overnight, when you leave your picture, let the clips hold it overnight, and then you can iron it out if you want to. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I thought that was horrible that they changed her books like that, because it's what she's done. Her double page spreads have been split into two. So that's bearing in mind. So if you have ordered her book from the Dutch edition, not the Swedish edition, the Dutch, duplicate pages, they've put a lot of blank pages in there, and her double pages they've split, which is just defeating the object, isn't it? Which I felt really bad for her, because I would be livid if that was my book. And my fans, you know, because we are fans of hers, had to endure that. Oh, thank you. 2 seconds, my beauts. I'm just going to wash that off. Stay there. Okay, fine. Okay. Sit yourself. Sit. Oh, you're going to come over and say hello. All right, come on then. Come here then. Come and say hi. Come here then. Come on. Come and say hello then. Oh, I thought you were going to refuse your mum then. I was going to say, what is going on? You never refuse. You never refuse. And let's move the microphone for a minute. There you go. Say hello. Say hi. Oh. There you go. Hey, say hello. Say hiya. You're a pampered boy, aren't you? You're so cute. Right, you're going to go now. Oh, sorry about the... There you go. I'll say hello. He's a good boy. Alright, I'm going to put you down now because I've got things to do. But you wanted to say hello. So, okay, there you go. Your moment. I've got to move everything again. There you go. All right. Say bye-bye. Let me put you down. Go on, go in your bed then. Go on, baby. Bye-bye. He's so spoilt though. Jesus Christ. And I mean spoilt. Okay, let me do this. Oh, I always get really cautious with myself on this part. Okay, so I've got my board. It's nice and clean. And I'm going to do like a coffee colour, similar to the side. So I think I'll start with Van Dyke Brown. A little bit of. And then we need a nice light brown. Let me look at my colour selection. Maybe some golden ochre will make that coffee coloured. Let me see. Golden ochre and Van Dyke Brown. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so I've got my quill, which holds quite a bit of water. And this is just a Jackson's number 2. If you can see that quill. But it'll be easy to cover. Right, let me mix together that and see if it comes to the coffee colour that I'm after. Yes, that does. Okay, that's a good selection. Okay, Van Dyke Brown and Golden Ochre makes that coffee colour that I'm looking for. So this is going to be very wishy-washy to start with, and I'm going to add some more of that on there as well. So it's more Golden Ochre, just to make it a little bit more coffee coloured. Okay, so it's like a coffee. Might need to tone that down a little bit more. I'm not quite sure yet. Or maybe I will add some ochre in. Let me see. Let me see if that makes a difference. Hold on. Maybe it needs a bit more brown. Okay, no, that's a bit too golden. Forget that one. Okay, we're going to go more for that, but we need a bit of a different brown in there. Maybe some raw umber. What does that look like? Let's try raw umber in there. Oh, I hate backgrounds. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. Never liked them. Okay, let's drag some raw umber into, forget that part. Let me mop that part up. I've never been a fan of backgrounds, as you probably know by now, but that's kind of the colour. There we go. It's like a brown coffee. We'll get there. Okay, so I'm going to get my quill brush and I'm going to put some water on it, but not like saturate. It holds quite a lot in it, and I'm going to just pick up some pigment of that coffee colour, and I've got to be so careful because it can really saturate my page. So I'm going to try to be quick. I'm going to try and mop off a little bit. And I'm just going to go over the entire thing. The edges have a bit more. Oh my gosh, I do not like doing these. Okay, let's go over. You got to be so careful on certain sections, but we could build up with this, it's fine. Okay. So it just goes like a really nice coffee. Okay, I need a bit more pigment. Ah! Let me go on this corner. And let's bring some of that pigment down. Let me dry it, and then we're going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to need much more colour on that. But we've got our first coating down with this coffee, which is good for me. So let's go all the way and pick up any of that pigment that we've got. And I need to make much more of it. Okay, let's dry that off and let's start again. So I'm just going to kind of go by the side and try to do another round. So that is a lot deeper on that side, but we'll get there. This is Jackson. That's a Jackson's Art one, Louise. Jackson's Art. It is soft. It holds a lot of water. Alright, see you later, Rochelle. Thanks for coming. Have a good day. So as it dries into that colour that I'm looking for. So I will have to put those raw umber, Van Dyke brown, and gold. Was it golden ochre or ochre? Golden ochre. But I'm going to put a lot more pigment, and then we're going to make it. Hers is quite wish-washy, so we're going to go roughly around the same colours, but we'll get there. And then we've got to get our whites and do our little details, and yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. You got that in your face. Oh, hold on. Hold on, you've got a wire in your face. There you go. Right, should we do that again? You've used tea. I'd like to use tea. Should I try a tea bag? That would be a good idea. Should I try it? It would be the right colour. A discarded tea bag. Right. Van Dyke brown. Let's go again. I'm like, oh my gosh, my heart has already gone through it once. I'm doing this to myself yet again. Round 2. A lot more than I had before. So let's go more. Let's go bigger. Van Dyke brown. What did I say? Oh, was it ochre? Ochre. And then it was raw umber, wasn't it? That was it. Oh my gosh, I'm going through this again. My heart is in my mouth. I need that coffee cup. Ah, it's a good idea. Okay, let's mix all those together. Oh my gosh. That colour is perfect though, but it just, it needs a bit more water on that. Okay. Are we ready? Are we? I'm asking myself. I'm asking you, but I'm asking myself. Are we ready? No, not at all. Okay, let's do this again. Let's go again. I honestly I despise backgrounds. But I like the look of them. I just don't like doing them. Okay, here we go. Let's get our fresh water. And let's go again. So we pick up some pigment on the brush. And let's go. So it goes quite a lot deeper. Let's drag it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My heart can't take it. Okay, let's come down. Let's go down here into the way that it needs. Okay. So let's go all across again. I need a lot more water on that brush. Oops, splodged it then. I need to like dry this off as I go along because I'm going to have a heart attack. Okay, we need this corner as well. So I need to take that off a second. Let's put some in that corner. Okay, and then more water down. And then we'll dry it. It looks totally different when it's dry. And then we'll build on that again. I can't. It does look like the side, I know, but not exact. But that's how they've done theirs. Okay, oh my gosh, I need to breathe. I didn't take a breath in that whole time. Let's put some down here. Bye, Lou. Thanks for popping in, Winchestero. I've just about, sorry, I just wasn't breathing or looking or doing anything at that moment in time. Let's put some, and then let's dry it and go again. Okay, it's going like the other side. That's the main thing. Okay, I need to get some more pigment on that bit. Okay, breathe, Sam. Let's do the side because it needs to dry. You definitely need a heat gun doing these. And then I'm going to have to look, hers is all wishy-washy, can you see? So we're pretty much doing the same thing. Because that's going to turn up on the edge, which is fine, but I need to dry it first. Take care, Connie. I'll see you later. See how different it looks when it dries off? It's like a different colour. It's so final at the beginning, and you think, oh my god, what have I done? I can't cope. But it actually is alright when it dries. It's just the beginning when you have that initial heart in your mouth moment and you think, I can't cope. I can't cope. See, whoops, if you're still here, see, it happens where you're not quite sure where your page is. But keep going, keep going. Even if they turn out, you know, not how you had imagined, it's absolutely fine. You don't have to worry. So my aim, I'm going to wrinkle this, like, not wrinkle it, iron the wrinkles tomorrow. I'll let it dry completely overnight and flatten it out with some, with these clips. But yeah, I'm not gonna fiddle with it overnight. I'll just leave it. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to that mix, and I've got to be careful. I've got a little bit of water, and I'm just going to one final time add in where I'd like a bit more depth, and I'm just going to wipe that off a little bit and just kind of mix that out so it doesn't. I'm going to go to that mixture. I'm going to go in between those leaves, and I'm just not going to worry because all this brown needs to come down into these spaces with that quill. But just be wary because you will drag some of that green pigment, but that's fine. Just bring some down. And as I said, don't forget, these look totally different when they're done. And you could do final details, you know, when it's dry. But the difference of when wet and dry is a mountain of difference, isn't it? Mountain. So I'm not adding any extra water, it's just what's on the board. And I'm just gonna make this sort of coffeed. You've got to kind of dry it off immediately. But yeah, you got to be so careful and try not to. I'm not scrubbing my page, I'm just kind of adding the amount that I would. But it will buckle, it's not made for watercolour. And any extra details we'll put it in the bottom with the neos a little bit neater. Okay, so let's put down the side. Take care, whoever's off. Sorry, I didn't see who it was. Thanks for coming as always, and I say this truly from the bottom of my heart, for spending time with me and watching my experiments, even if they don't turn out, and having a good old chat with us. And yeah, as long as you are having a good time, I don't care. Alright, so it's a bit more how the other side looks now. Right, before I continue, I need to dry this massively. So what I'll do with that, as I said at the side, if I show you the original, you can see how they've sort of wish-washed it as well. So the page will buckle, and I'm not gonna add any more water to that because it will just buckle big time. So I'll let that dry overnight, and I'm gonna iron that out. You put a towel over it and iron, and it will always do it. So you get a towel on top, a hot iron. Becky, I know, right? Oh my gosh, mine was too, believe me. But I think I've kind of replicated the side, kind of. It just needs to dry, and then it looks so different. And then we can get all those details in this bit as well, with a little bit of brown. But yeah, my whole thing was to try and do the side. And hi, Dee Dee. Aw, that's okay. You lurk away anytime you need to. I've always said that. Okay, my page is dry enough, but it needs a serious iron. Okay, so for the time being, all of that brown, you can see how buckled it goes. But I've kind of replicated that. It needs to deepen a little bit. But you know what? You know when you know that moment of to just leave it? My moment's come. So what I'll do is all these little details. I'm going to go for some ochre on my board. And that Van Dyke brown. And very small amounts with my water brush now. I'm not going to do the big quill. We don't need that anymore. You could just add in that coffee colour behind. So just add it into all those little sections. This bit can be tedious, but hey ho, you've come this far. So you might as well do the tedious bits, because the tedious bits give the final details anyway. So you can just add that in, and as you come up, you can kind of just fade that into that background a little bit. So wipe off and just fade it in, just bit by bit. Oh my gosh, my mouth, my heart. I can breathe. I feel like asking the future hubby for a tea, but I don't think he's going to move because he looks too comfortable, unless he can hear me and he's just ignoring me, which is possible. But I can hear stuff in his headphones because maybe he's stuck it loud so he doesn't have to listen to me babble. You know when they look at you like, what? Were you talking to me? Yeah. Okay, so just going into all these little final nooks and crannies. Let's just go into these. Let's get some of that, mix that in. That's it. Don't be afraid is the motto of the day, because bravery has got me somewhere that I really wouldn't have been. I will iron that out and it will look flat again. Have you ever ironed your pages out if you've done a watercolour, if you've added loads of water on backgrounds? It works. I didn't think it would, and I thought, oh, how's that going to possibly do? But I was so surprised it works great. And Kirsty Partridge shows you how as well to do that. Okay, so just allow that to dry and just get some water, not too much, and then just sort of put that into the background. Okay, and into these little details. So again, it's just the ochre and Van Dyke brown. Then we'll get our white Posca and just put some details on these little flowers and stuff. And the grass, we need to put a few little green sections. Okay, let's get that in there. We've got these side bits still. Let's make sure we've got all those areas covered. So just bring that brown behind her up. Same with there. So you would have dodged all these little bits, right, when you did your background, so now's the time. So you're just allowing that colour to be behind her. I'm looking forward to the Colouring Heaven Australia. I did pre-order mine and it does say that it's been dispatched. So as soon as it comes, hopefully by Saturday. I know loads and loads of people put images up, but I did purchase mine and hopefully it'll be here shortly. If it would have been here today, I would have shown you. It says 5 days, allow 5 to 8 days for the UK. So if it's anywhere else in the world, you might have to wait quite a bit longer. Yeah, it does. It works every time. Okay, let's get the white, guys. Let's get the whites and the greens. But we're nearly there. Let's get our details, and then, as I said, I'll dry that and then I'll put a picture up tomorrow. So I'm going to also, her sandals, I'm going to do a black base on them. I forgot to do the little bases on them. Okay, is that dry? Yeah. So as you can see, the colours are quite rich. And the background is exactly sort of replicant of that one. It's just that's a bit deeper, but I don't want to push my limits because I know I'll end up destroying it. And that's not the aim. So that just needs to be ironed out. Okay, let's get some Posca. I'm not sure which one it was that I had that works. I think it might be this one. Okay, so these little flowers here, I'm just going to add white dots. So I don't know if you can see them. They're like at the side. So I can't have you that low because I hit it, but just I'm going to do them as like those white sort of things that you blow. You know when you make a wish and you blow them? I can't remember the name of them. We're going to make them like that. So I'm going to do them in like white dots. A bit like cotton. They look like a bit like cotton, don't they? The cotton plants. Hey Lozzie! How are you, hon? So I'm just dotting them on like cotton and then having just some round. And the same with, you know, his little chest. I'm going to take out that line and just, it takes the black line out, and I'm just going to put some detail in this little dude's scarf. And then, you know, her dress, we did those lines. Let's do every other teardrop to have a dot. So just every other. Just little tiny details. They always add something to it. And then, you know, all these stars and stuff above. I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you. I had a bad day yesterday. You know, restless and pain and stuff. And I don't talk about it too much because it happens. But then today I woke up and I was really good because I got this beautiful bunch of flowers by my best friend Gemma, who will be one of my bridesmaids. She says yes, she will say yes. I was hers at her wedding. And cards, engagement card, and yeah, it was lovely. I was like, okay, I'm just going to put some extra little dots in the sunflowers, just some little extra ones. So yes, I am really, really, really good. Thank you very much. I'm just on sort of a happy cloud at the moment, and I don't want to come off it. I want to stay up there. You know how it goes. Okay, so as I said, my whole aim was to replicate something like that at the side. I think I've pretty much done that. I just have to let that dry, iron it out, and then see how it looks. But it's kind of the same. I just wanted something where I could just let loose, to be honest, and I really did. Yes, and my wedding planner. Oh, what would bother you, Lulu? What would bother you? Sorry, I missed it. Oh, thank you. They're just little finishing details. She's cute, but yeah, I will iron the page out and I will put a picture up. But I'll go back to, as I said, next stream is mermaid. So let me show you what I'll be doing. And I'll be focusing on the tail, by the way. So I'll be doing this one by Samantha Jean, which is really funny because her name is like my one. I might focus on the tail only. So don't, no, think about it, 2 hours is, I'm never going to get a whole pitch done. So what I was going to try and do is do the fish and do the tail to match. So I thought if I do that on stream, we've got a focus. So whether or not I do the shimmery towel or whether I do the koi carp towel, I've not decided yet, but I will be doing this one. Now I will do a whole slideshow on Saturday of all the pictures. Whether there is a line art or the grayscale, I think I'm going to go with the grayscale, but I will do both and see how I feel. So I'll be back on Saturday with that. After that, we're going to be starting a new picture, and a proper picture where we do a proper colour along with pencils. But I just really fancy something nice and loose. And as I said, what I might do is just leave that overnight. I'm not going to fiddle with that. I think it's fine to leave it as it is. And then tomorrow I will iron it out and upload it on my voice. So thank you so very much. I did enjoy it. I had a moment of complete like, oh, when I was doing the background, because I don't like doing backgrounds. It is just not my thing. We've all got something that we don't like. Mine is backgrounds, and I don't even care to like that. I don't like them. I just don't. I never have. I never will. I don't think. But you know, it is what it is. I can't be bothered with like worrying about it. I used to think, oh my god, I'm a streamer. What am I supposed to do? I should like doing these things, and yeah, I don't have to. Ow, Chip! I don't have to put pressure on that. So I enjoyed it, and I'll be back on Saturday. And thank you so much for joining me as usual. I loved it. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me for 2.5 hours, and I shall see you on Saturday, and we'll have some mermaid going on. They are, Kathy. They are scary, and yeah, I will stay in my scared bubble, I think, forever. But thank you so much, and I will see you on Saturday. Take care, everyone. Lots of love. Bye.